Good afternoon and welcome to the Presidential Community News from the Hill here on 90.9 FM WJAB and WJAB.org. I'm your host, Erica Fox, and it's time for our conversation with the 11th President of Alabama A&M University, Dr. Andrew Hugine, Jr. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Fox, and to the audience as well. Wonderful to be back again.
Most definitely, and we want you all to get in on the conversation as always and call in with your questions at 256-372-4062, and Marcus Sims will write down your question. Again, 256-372-4062. And let's kick it off talking about the 50th year of Retention Initiative. What is that all about?
Well, certainly this year, Alabama A&M University is celebrating a milestone in the sense of being designated a university. We received that designation back in 1969, so this is the 50th year. In addition to that, the foundation was created at that point. Whenever you have any kind of observance at the university, we always try to tie in with that some fundraising. It's an opportunity, of course, to advance the university, but also to raise much-needed funds. As we look at the various priorities here at the university, number one for us is to retain our students. We do a very, very good job in having our students and attracting them here, but we've got to retain them. And we realize that this is a multi-faceted matter. It's not just one particular variable, but what we have noticed, and we have been able to determine this through research and the companies that we have asked to come in and do this, the number one issue that impacts our retention here as our students has to do with finances. So many of our students do not have the resources necessary to continue their education. When you look at the fact that 90% of our students receive financial assistance, what may seem to be a small sum to us is a large sum to them. It could be, you say, well, you're only $200 short, but that $200 could be the same as $200,000 given their ability to pay. And so what we have done, we have created the opportunity this year so that others may assist through this retention effort. We're trying to raise $500,000, and these dollars will be used to help students stay here at Alabama A&M University. We're asking everyone to join in the process. To do that, our board is committed. We're asking them for $1,000 each. Our alumni, we're asking them for $1,000 each. We hope to get somewhere between $50,000 to $100,000 from corporate gifts. And then for the faculty and staff, those that are employed here at the university, we're asking them for 0.5%. That is for the year. This is not a month. 0.5% for a year. So if you, for example, made $50,000, that translates into $250. So we're asking that you invest $250 to help a student stay here at Alabama A&M University. $250 comes down to about $20 a month. That's the equivalent of not going out to Chick-fil-A for 2 times in a given month, and you've got your $20. So
Yes.
it is quite doable for everyone. We're moving along. We're almost at $200,000 right now in pledges and actual cash. But we certainly do want to reach that goal because, again, it's not, I don't view this as being a donation to the university. I view this as an investment into the future of young people. Someone invested in us, and so it is our responsibility to invest in others so that they too may benefit from the importance of education.
Can faculty and staff do payroll deduction in order to
As
be a part of
long
this?
as it is a reasonable amount. We certainly don't want to get into payroll deductions for $1 and et cetera. But if you think of somewhere in the neighborhood of $20 to $25 as being a minimum amount, that is doable. So yes, you can use a payroll deduction to address that as well.
So can we talk briefly about Black Tie Gala as you're talking about students and scholarships and retention and keeping them here? Talk a little bit about Black Tie Gala that's coming up.
Yeah, the Black Tie Gala is coming up on this Friday evening, and this is our signature event here at Alabama A&M University. Again, those proceeds go to support scholarships on behalf of our students. We, in the last couple of years, have really focused on our students. We have them to be the master and mistress of ceremony. Our students are put on parade relative to our scholars. They give testimonials about their time here at the university, why they came, and many of those are quite emotional and moving.
Yes.
And so we think that our students do a very, very good job of making the case. And so this event will take place on Friday evening at the Von Braun Center. It begins at 6:30. So we're looking forward to a very enjoyable evening. It's the premier event that we have in terms of the university relative to our black tie. And we also have some entertainment this year. We will have the recording person, KC, and I understand there's a lot of buzz about Casey coming in. Of course, he was with of Jodeci, and so they have many, many hits that I think people are looking forward to. So we invite everyone to come out and be a part. I am, fortunately can say at this point we're sold out. So if you're
That's
looking for a
good.
ticket, unfortunately we don't have any spaces left. So that again speaks to the quality of the program and the excitement and the support that we receive. But should you have a ticket already, we do encourage you to come out and enjoy a wonderful evening of entertainment, but at the same time you are making an investment in helping a young person to stay here at Alabama A&M University. I've said this before, that each of us, we have the responsibility to be bridge builders. Nothing we have accomplished in life, we've done it without the assistance of someone else. This university is here because those that preceded us had a vision and made the investment, even though they didn't personally benefit. We are benefiting from the works of their labor. And so each generation, it is our obligation and responsibility to invest so that the next generation will have the opportunities that we've had.
Most definitely. And I was working with the students that will be narrators on Friday night, and the young ladies test them. Both of them will be emotional. But one part she had in there is she only needed $200, and she almost wasn't going to be able to be in school this semester, but because of black tie scholarship, she was able to take care of that and be in school this semester. So I'm so glad that it's sold out, because people are investing. And that's one thing you always talk about, is people investing in the
Investing.
future of our students in this university. So we look forward to that. And we help the students, but they also give back and they serve. Talk about the AAMU Day of Service.
Oh, exciting time. We were fortunate. We've partnered with the city of Huntsville and also Madison County in doing this. We had a new partner this year, and that partner was the American Red Cross. They were excited about partnering with Alabama A&M University, and we were excited about partnering with them. This is the largest number of students we've had in it's called Day of Serving the City. It was the largest. We have over 1,000 students that participated.
Wow.
And this year, the effort on the part of the American Red Cross was to install smoke alarms in homes. You know, we don't sometimes think about the fact that there are persons who are challenged, older individuals that would like to have smoke alarms, but they aren't in a position of installing them. It's something as simple as putting in a smoke alarm. So our students joined with the American Red Cross, and they installed the smoke alarms in homes throughout this region, which brings about, of course, a bit of safety for all persons involved. And so we were pleased. I think 650 alarms were installed, and we do a translation of the numbers of students and the hours that they provide, and those 1,000 plus students provided over 8,600 hours of service. And if you put a dollar value to
Wow.
that, that's over almost $78,000 of time and effort that they. So that's a sizable amount, and we're really, really pleased with that, because if you think about the motto of this university, service is sovereignty, this is really putting that in action. And so we commend our students. We are so appreciative of the work that they've done. And Ms. Monica Clark, who heads up this effort, has done a wonderful job. And we look forward to this expanding and becoming larger and larger in the years to come.
Most definitely. We appreciate the students, and some of them are coming to help out with Jazzathon here at WJAB, so we look forward to working with them as well. We're talking with Dr. Hugine, the president here at Alabama A&M University, and we want you to get in on the conversation, 256-372-4062 if you have a question for him. And because our students are doing so phenomenally well here at Alabama A&M University, of course, we must recognize them and honor them. And tell us your thoughts on Honors Day this semester, this year.
Honors Day is always important. Remember, at the end of the day, we are an academic institution. We're about academic excellence, and so we want not only for that simply to be empty platitudes and words, but we want to really, really show students that we value academic excellence here at Alabama A&M University. And so our Honors Awards program has continued to grow over the years. A couple of years ago, we decided that we wanted to do something that would be very, very unique for them. And so we designed these medallions. When you think about the athletic arena, and particularly about the Olympics, you have the gold, you have the silver, you have the bronze. Well, this is also, quote, an Olympic. It's an academic Olympic. And so for that reason, those students that achieve at certain levels, they receive the gold, the silver, or the bronze medallion. And so I'm pleased that in terms of our students this year, for the gold presidential medallion, you must have a cumulative average of 4.0. We had 23 students that met that standard.
Wonderful.
The silver medallion, a cumulative GPA between 3.8 and 3.99. We had 131 students. And then we had the bronze medallion from 3.7 to 3.79. We had a total of 64 students. And then for our freshman students, for those students who make a 4.0 the first semester that they're here, they receive what's called the President's Freshman Award. We had 43 students that were successful in doing that. And so we were just very, very pleased and happy that we were able to do that. Of course, in addition to that, we had the honors roll and the dean's list of students. So we always want to recognize them for their academic prowess and their academic accomplishments. Related to that, the university had the opportunity again to participate, and this was the 30th year that it was held. This is the Honda Campus All-Star. And so we had a wonderful team that went to California, represented the university extremely well. This year, for the first time since 2002, we were successful in getting to the Elite Eight. And so we missed going to the quarterfinals by just one question. But we were really so pleased, and so we commend our students, and we're looking forward to even greater things with them as they proceed. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend this year, but our provost went, and he had a wonderful time. He's saying he wants to go back again. Once you go, you get that bug, you want to be there, because you get a chance to see the best of the best, the brightest that we have at historically black colleges and universities in this nation. And I want you to know our students are right up there with all of the others. I mean, we were successful in defeating in earlier rounds. Now, ultimately, they went on to be the champions, but we actually, in our first grouping, we defeated Spelman.
Wow.
So, our students can hold their own, and we are certainly proud of them. And so we're looking forward to returning, and we certainly want to thank Honda. Honda does two wonderful things for our HBCUs. They, of course, have been sponsoring this for some 30 years, but they also do the Honda Battle of the Bands.
Yes.
So Honda has invested significantly into our HBCUs, and we certainly want to thank them for that.
Yes, I was in the office with Mr. Wright, band director, and he was giving them a call right then and there to talk about what's coming up next, and kind of recapping when they had the drum lines in the Rose Bowl parade this past New Year's Eve. So we're excited about that and proud of our students here at Alabama A&M. 256-372-4062 is the number to call to get in on the conversation. And was seeing something on television this morning. They were talking about STEM. So science, technology, engineering, and math. Talk about STEM Day here at Alabama A&M.
STEM Day, this is the 13th year that we have done STEM Day. And again, its emphasis is for those students who are in the science, the technology, engineering, and mathematics. It allows them an opportunity to present their research. And they do that through poster competition. I can tell you, as you interact with the students, again, you see the best of the best. Some of the topics are so complex, I haven't the slightest idea what they are talking about, but they can explain those topics to you. They're excited about the opportunity of being there. And so we continue to offer that as a venue for our students, because one of the things that you must do is to be able to define your problem, research that problem, and then present your findings. And one of the things that really, really encouraged me as I was going around, there were freshman students. They're just coming to the university, and they're already engaged in undergraduate research in a very meaningful way. And so we were very pleased about that. We had our speaker was Mac Weish, who is the Deputy Chief of Staff here at the Army Materiel, and he earned his undergraduate degree right here at Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University. It goes back to that marketing slogan that you can start here and you can go anywhere.
Yes.
And we had over 100 students that participated in that event. And so kudos to all of our students and our faculty for working with them to make these presentations.
Abstract is an understatement for what they're talking about. And it really almost looks like a huge, big, beautiful art sale because of the posters that they have to create and the different pictures that are on it. And I haven't been there in a couple years, but I get a kick out of looking at these abstracts and how and it's almost like doctoral thesis.
They are.
What they come
They
up
are.
with these topics. I don't know how they do that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why I do radio. I can't deal with math and all of that science. So I applaud them.
Well, we each have our areas of expertise and specialty. Yes.
Thank you. Bless you.
Yes.
We do have a call with a question. A caller said, congratulations on the Retool Your School win. And they would like for you to talk a little bit about that and if you can hint maybe where some of the funds might be allocated, if you're allowed to share that yet.
Well, I'm not sure how much I can share, and the reason is I understand that the local Home Depot is our sponsor, and we have to kind of wait for them to give us the go ahead. So when I return, I'll be able to talk a bit more about the Retool Your School, but I don't want to because I don't know whether we've received official notification. I know it's out in the social media world, but I'm not sure we've received the official notification, and so I don't want to do anything that's going to put that in jeopardy. But we'll give you more about it when we talk again.
Most definitely. And thank everybody that voted. And my mom is an Alabama A&M grad, and my dad is a Tennessee State grad. And Tennessee State trailed us the whole time. So thank you, Alabama A&M Bulldog Nation, for voting for Alabama A&M.
Yes.
And we have about 9 more minutes left. If you want to call in with your question, please do so now, 256-372-4062. The ROTC commissioning ceremony, and talk about Founders Day and graduation, if you can.
I would. We have 17 persons that will be commissioned this year. I think, if my memory serves me, is the largest number since I've been here at individual commissioning, and so we're looking forward to that. We're going to have Brigadier General Kevin Vereen is going to be our speaker for that event, and then we move into our commencement Founders Day weekend. We begin early on Friday morning at 8 o'clock with our community breakfast, and this year we are so pleased to have my dear friend, the Pastor Emeritus of First Baptist Church, the Reverend Julius R. Scruggs, is going to be our speaker. And he does a wonderful job, a great supporter of Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University. And we are pleased to say that he has an honorary doctorate from Alabama A&M University, so he's one of ours. And then we're going to honor 2 individuals with the Richard Morrison Award. This is the award we give each year for individuals that really have made a difference in our community. One of those will be given posthumously to Dr. Virginia Caples. Dr. Caples was just a pioneer in so many different ways, and so we certainly want to recognize all of her accomplishments, and her husband, Mr. Hundley Batts, will be here to receive that. And the other goes to Ron Potee. Ron Potee is associated with Regions Bank. That's who the university does its banking with, but he's also quite involved in the community. He was the former chair of the United Way. And of course, we do participate in the United Way. It was Ron Potee who made a visit to my office while he was chair and asked that Alabama A&M University become involved. And so we had not done so for a couple of years, but you can see how persuasive he was in getting us to do that.
Yes.
And so we certainly do want to recognize him. And then we move from there. Of course, we'll have our Founders Day program. Lieutenant Culpepper is going to be the speaker for the Founders Day program, and at that time we will induct the new members into the Normal Legacy Society, and then following the induction there, we will go to the gravesite for the memorial that we do each year in honor of Dr. William Hooper Council. And I do want to add here that there is an effort underway to create a memorial at that site. The estimated cost is $100,000, and we're asking for gifts of $5,000 or more, and those persons will be appropriately recognized there. So we're looking forward to that, and you'll be getting more information later. And then we move to commencement. We'll be giving almost 600 degrees, 581. So this is going to be a large class. And of course, we'll also recognize the golden class as a part of this. 206 of those will be graduate degrees, and 375 of those will be undergraduate degrees. So we have 137 students graduated with honors. We're pleased that over 30% of our students have employment. That's always important. 20% will be continuing their education, and 2% will be entering the military. So over half of our students have some postgraduate opportunities available for them. And of course, we will be recognizing, and I won't give the names out now, I'll just say, but we're recognizing those students that are second generation and third generation, any spouses there may be there, as well as who the oldest persons. We'll just kind of save that until we get to commencement. But that has been a feature now that students and everyone look forward to recognize. And I think it's important because it talks again about the history of the university, the legacy of the university, and it gives people a chance in a forum of that sort to be recognized. And I think that's important. So I've had students to come up to me and say, well, don't forget to recognize me now. But I remind them that, you must fill out the form. It's a part of what you do when you apply for graduation. They ask that information. If you don't put it there, then we have no way of capturing that. So if you're not recognized, it's because we didn't get the information from you that allowed us to do that. And so it's going to be a great day. I've already said to individuals, we try to move commencement along as rapidly as we can, but when you consider the fact that we have almost 600 students, we have 17 persons to be commissioned, and we have about 60 individuals from the golden class. It's going to take a little time to get through it, and so I just want people to be in the right frame of mind when they arrive to understand that we may be there a little longer than we have in the past.
But rightly so, because we are recognizing our people that have come through to matriculate through the university and do all the work, the homework. A young man was just telling me, he was yawning, like, why are you so tired? He said, I had these papers I had to do, and I had to work till 3 o'clock. I said, welcome to college, and welcome to the real world of having to work. So we applaud them for making the effort and taking the time that they need to and they have to get the work done and get their minds together and right in terms of going to the next chapter, as you were talking about earlier. And we have about 3 more minutes, and today is Administrative Professional Day.
Yes, today was Administrative Professional Day. We just left that event. This is the 9th year that we've done the Administrative Professional Day. It's a time when we say thank you to the unsung heroes, the individuals that really behind the scene make things work here at Alabama A&M University. So we have always a luncheon for them and a nice little gift that we provide. This year's theme was Admins Are Awesome.
I like that.
Which was a wonderful theme. And if my memory serves me correctly, I may forget some pieces of this, but I, usually try to do an acrostic of some sort. And so I think the A was for the fact that they were accommodating, accountable, and accessible. The W was that they are whimsical. The fact is that you have to have a sense of humor as you do these various jobs here. E is for excellence, the standard by which they perform their work. S is for being selfless in their devotion to the university. O is for being obliging, always going out of your way to help and to assist others. M is for being magnanimous. That you're very generous in your critique of others, even though sometimes that critique isn't what we would want it to be, we are very magnanimous in terms of how we deal with that. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last letter is E, and that one has to do with being efficient and effective in the work that you do. So that's what it means to be an awesome administrative professional, and we thank them for the work that they continue to do for Alabama A&M University in making this a great place to learn and to work.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Thank you so much. Are you still walking on Wednesdays, or that's on hold now?
It's on hold now.
Okay.
We've had so many different things going on, so we'll get back to it next year, and we'll reinstitute our walking with the president on Wednesday.
All right. We look forward to that. I need to get in that myself maybe this summer, and I'll just have to leave a message with Dr. Swoop. I'm going to walk. Are you all coming? And we'll see what happens.
Very good. Wonderful.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Presidential Community News from the Hill, and thank you very much, Dr. Hugine, as always.
Thank you very much, Ms. Fox, for having us.
Yes, sir. Coming your way next, we have an update from NPR News, followed by its award-winning news magazine, All Things Considered, and we have much more smooth jazz and cool vocals coming your way on Afternoon Expressions. I'm Erica Fox. Thank you very much for tuning in, and please have a great day.